I love swimming. Well, I love most sports really, but I really love swimming. I watched in 1972 as Mark Spitz won all those medals with that wonderful mustache. Turns out his wife made him shave it off. Really, Mrs. Spitz? Really? I watched all those UT swimmers appear at the Olympics, and there were a lot of them. Garrett Weber-Gale, Aaron Pearsall, David Walters, Neil Walker, Brendan Hansen, Ian Crocker. I am a Texas Ex. Hook 'em. And of course, who wasn't glued to their seat when Michael Phelps broke Spitz's record and won those 8 gold medals in 2008? But something happened between the Spitz and Phelps era. There was some interesting manscaping going on. Except for the hair on their head, body hair just seemed to have disappeared. Some swimmers, such as Grant Hackett and Laszlo Tche, even shaved their heads. Gone was the great stash of Spitz. This phenomenon not only included the men, but the women too, although it wasn't as noticeable. I kept hearing tapered and shaved. I could understand tapered, but why shaved? It turns out that competitive swimmers do this because they believe it improves their times. But can shaving the body result in shaving hundreds of seconds off of a swimmer's time? I decided to investigate this so that you don't have to. Here is a quote from Olympian Elizabeth Beisel. Competitive swimmers believe that getting rid of body hair makes them more streamlined in the water, thus reducing their times. But is this really true, or do swimmers just believe it? That 1/100th of a second that a swimmer saves in that last race, was it due to being shaved, or were they just having a better day? Well, it turns out there is a science behind it. It's not just belief. When Australian swimmers Murray Rose and John Hendricks showed up at the 1956 Olympics and won gold medals with shaved heads, this started the popularity of body shaving among swimmers. By 1960, American swimmers picked up the practice. I guess Mark Spitz had not yet got the memo in 1972 when he showed up in Munich with that fantastic mustache. It wasn't until 1986 when a research study showed that shaving down does reduce drag in the water. In this study of breaststroke swimmers, it was found that the swimmers advanced further per stroke after shaving than before shaving. This has shown to be true for races up to 1,500 meters. So it's not just those 50-meter sprints where the gains, or losses rather, are seen. It turns out that a swimmer's body is even more aerodynamic in the water when they shave. But reducing drag isn't the only reason swimmers shave. Shaving also removes dead skin cells, which exposes new sensitive skin. This more sensitive skin creates more touch sensitivity and greater feel for the water. I have heard swimmers in interviews talk about how they feel the water. It almost sounds like an otherworldly experience. I'm not sure if this feel they are talking about is a mental thing or a physical thing, as I'm not a swimmer. The only feel I've ever had for the water is unmitigated terror. But why shave off the dead skin cells? Don't they slough off of our bodies naturally anyway? Well, they do, but at intervals. Shaving takes all the hair and skin cells off at once. It doesn't matter if you are male or female, all humans have body hair except on the palms of our hands and the soles of our feet. So the goal for a swimmer is not only to reduce drag in the water from all that body hair, but to achieve the feeling of gliding through the water like a dolphin. God only knows what kind of beating the plumbing in the Olympic Village is taking from all that hair. Is the Olympic Village plumber going to think that Bigfoot has taken up temporary residence in the village and decided to make use of the shower facilities? So there you have it. There is a science behind all that extreme grooming, as well as a psychological reason. Who knew? I know I didn't. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into this subject and found it as interesting as I did. I never really thought much about why competitive swimmers shaved. I guess I was too busy just enjoying the competition. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press that notification bell to keep this old lady going.